how to make him miss you. Today I want to show you how you can make the man of your dreams, the man that you want to have a relationship with, and maybe even the man you want to marry, miss you so much that he can't stop thinking of you and that he wants to commit to you. And it all starts with the first tip that's so hard, especially if you are really in love with him. And that's to not always be available for him. And please don't get this the wrong way. I don't want you to come up with excuses that are not really true just to not see him even though you want to see him. But when he's, for example, asking you to hang out with you every single day of the week, then say at least one day in the week, I'm busy with work, or I'm meeting friends, or I'm meeting my family members. I would give him at least one day in the week where you don't see him. 2 days or 3 days is even better. I would especially say in the beginning of a relationship, or when the relationship is just being formed, when you're not in a relationship yet, but you just started the dating process, I would say no more than 3 times a week where you should see each other, because otherwise it gets too familiar too fast, and then you don't allow him, you basically don't give him the chance to miss you. Because if you see each other every day, he never has the chance to truly miss you. He's never alone in his room thinking, I wish she was here right now. It was more fun when she was with me. But when you're always together every day, at some point, and very early on in the relationship actually, he will get used to the fact that you're always around. And then he might come to the realization, I mean, it's great that she's there, but I'm also okay when I'm alone, because he doesn't know the difference anymore. But if you give him the time that he needs to miss you, then he will think to himself, actually now that I'm alone, that sucks. I wish he was there right now. And that's when he misses you. And the next tip is very controversial, and while listening to it, you might be saying, oh, Sebastian, how can you say that? But that's just my experience as a dating coach. Think twice before you move in together with him. And I just say this from the perspective of missing you. Because yes, living together with your boyfriend can be an amazing experience. I mean, I actually plan to move in with my girlfriend in the future. We've planned that. And we are aware of the fact that we might, as a result of living together, because then we see each other every day, every second of the day basically, we won't miss each other anymore. And this is something that you have to be aware of. If you want to make him miss you, then moving in together might be a bad idea, especially if you want him to have the same feelings for you when it comes to missing you once you're living together, because that won't be the case unless you have a job where you travel regularly, or he has a job where he travels regularly, because you need time and distance together in order to make missing him work for you and work in your favor. And that's something that I always experience whenever I'm on a business trip. I mean, I sometimes have coachings and consultings abroad, not right now because of that whole thing that's going on, but I had it before and I will have it once that whole thing is over again. And whenever I'm away for, let's say, a couple of days or sometimes even for a week, of course I miss my girlfriend more, and of course she misses me more. That's natural. But if you're living together all the time and neither one of you is traveling, then it might be very hard to miss each other. So just keep that in mind when you want to move in with your boyfriend, that you missing him, this feeling will get less, and him missing you, this feeling will also get less. It's just natural. That doesn't mean that the love will get less. It doesn't mean that your emotional connection, your bond to him will get less. It's just a feeling of missing you. And don't always tell him where you're going and with who you're going somewhere. It's not your responsibility to inform him about every step you take. And in fact, if you're dating a guy who wants you to text him wherever you go, wherever you are, this is a highly insecure guy, and I would think twice before you end up dating this guy. And the same is true the other way around. I mean, if my girlfriend, for example, would tell me, I want you to text me every time you go into a new building or every time you go out of the house, I would think to myself, whoa, that's crazy. I'm an independent man. I can't deal with that. And if you are an independent woman, you also don't have time for that. And you also don't have nerve for that. I mean, nobody has the nerve for that. Nobody wants to deal with that. At least nobody who really loves themselves and who's secure and not insecure. And if he shows you this behavior, it's a clear sign that this guy is insecure and I wouldn't date that guy. And then don't always tell him that you miss him. I mean, yes, it's sweet and it's great if you tell him every now and then, but if you tell him every day that you miss him, you never give him the chance to miss you, basically, because you give him all the power in the relationship. I mean, imagine if somebody would just tell you every day, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you, I miss you. Do you have the feeling that you miss this person? No, because this is a power indifference. And this sounds so sweet in romantic comedy movies from Hollywood. But in real life, it can lead to a lot of trouble because now he has all the power, you have no power anymore, and he also won't tell you that he misses you because you say it every day. And then only text him when you are not busy. Most of my Skype coaching clients, most of the amazing women who decide to book a Skype coaching session with me have their own career, they have their own income, they have a busy social life, they have something going on in their life. And if you are also like that, which I think you are, then you don't have time to text all day long. That doesn't mean that you can't text him in the morning, at lunch break, and in the evening. That's totally fine. But just don't text him every single minute of the day, because then again, you don't give him the chance to miss you. I mean, if my girlfriend would text me every single minute of the day, or let's say every hour, how can I ever miss her? Because she's always there. And if you want to meet a high value man, it's actually another benefit of not texting him every day. Or let's say every day is good, but not texting him multiple times a day. Because he's busy, he's working on his vision, he's working on his mission. He wants to accomplish something in life. And I actually told my girlfriend before we started dating, I said, look, I'm very busy, I have multiple businesses. I have my phone either off during the day or I don't have the notifications on because otherwise it would be too much distraction. I will text you back in the afternoon or in the evening. But if you expect me to text back every hour, that won't work. And I said this in the beginning, and she actually respected that because she knew, hey, this is a high value man, he wants to accomplish something in life. And if you want to date such a man, then it's a good idea to not text him all the time, which will then also make him miss you even more. And if you want to attract such a man, if you want to attract one of the top 10% of guys, or maybe even 1% of guys, a really handsome, amazing, successful man, then you need the skills to make him obsessed with you. And in my opinion, the best product for making any man obsessed with you is His Secret Obsession, because this program teaches you how you can activate his hero instinct and give him the feeling that he doesn't have to choose between you and being the hero on his mission and on his life path. Because then when you use these techniques on him that you learn in His Secret Obsession, he will see the relationship with you also as the path of the hero. He will see himself as the hero in this relationship because you use these techniques to make him feel like the hero. However, I don't just want you to go and buy the program. I want you to click on the link in the description and find out more about this program and discover 7 case studies of amazing women who use these techniques to make the man of their dreams commit to them. I just published a very detailed, and I mean very, very detailed review of His Secret Obsession because that's how much I believe in this program. And I actually asked some of my previous coaching clients to test the program, and some amazing women were willing to do it. And I share the case studies of these women, the experiences from these women with you in the review. So I can highly recommend that you click on the link in the description and check out my His Secret Obsession review. And then another thing you can do is to go on vacations with your friends or with your family members without him, just every now and then. And it's the same principle that I shared with you when it comes to my business trips, because this allows you to be away from him every couple of days, which then allows him to miss you even more. And if you have a career where you go on business trips every now and then, even though, I mean, let's see if there will still be business travel after this whole thing is over. But let's say there will be, then you can of course use these business trips to make him miss you even more. And another thing you can do to make a man miss you is to meet your friends alone. And when he doesn't allow you to meet your friends, when he says, you are my woman, you don't go out to meet your friends alone because otherwise I don't know what you're doing. This again is a sign of insecurity. And that's actually something, to be honest, that shocked me. A lot of my Skype coaching clients told me that either the relationship they had before they are single right now or some relationship in the past, there was always some guy who had a problem with them going out alone or meeting their friends alone. And to be honest, I was a little bit shocked because I never had this feeling. I would never in a million years tell my girlfriend, you are not allowed to see your friends alone, I have to come with you. And if you're dating a guy who tells you, you are not allowed to do this and that, you should break up with him because he's not worth it. And another thing you can do to make him miss you is to keep your phone conversations short. If you have a 2-hour phone conversation with him every night, again, you spend so much intimate time with him that he's not able to miss you. But if you have short conversations, then after the conversation, he will be like, hey, it was really nice to hear her voice. I can't wait to hear her voice again. And another thing you can do to make him miss you, and it doesn't have to be expensive, is to give him a personal gift. My girlfriend, for example, she once bought me a necklace for my birthday with a certain symbol that reminded me of her. It was really sneaky, and I think she also did it because maybe she listened to me one day talking about it. I don't know. I should stop sharing all these attraction techniques with my girlfriend. But anyway, you can do the same. You can, for example, buy an inexpensive necklace. It doesn't have to be expensive, with the first letter of your name, for example. Just don't come up with the idea to get matching tattoos. That stuff always backfires. And then experience unforgettable memories with him. The more you go on adventures with him, the more you take him on vacations, or he takes you on vacations, or you take each other on vacations, the more you do that, the more time you share with each other. And not just time watching Netflix, but time spent in an adventurous way. The more he will miss you, because whenever he's alone, he will think back to these times and then he will think, wow, that last vacation with her, that was amazing. I wish she was here right now. And then have your own life and your own hobbies. And this is something that you're probably already doing. But I think both men and women fall into this trap that when we are really infatuated with somebody, that when we want a relationship with them, we tend to give up hobbies and we tend to give up our own life. And this is something where you have to be careful, because otherwise you fall into the trap that you actually give up on your own life, which you should never do. You should always have your own life. And on the other hand, you also give him less chance to miss you, because then when you're basically merging into his life and you don't have your own life anymore, you don't do your own things anymore, you don't do you anymore, basically, this doesn't give him the chance to miss you. And the last tip I want to share with you to make him miss you, and that's also something that my girlfriend is very good at, is to text him strategically. And the best time to text a man, at least in my opinion, is in the morning. Just send him a quick "I miss you" text, or "I'm thinking of you," because then he will think of you and miss you the whole day. And my girlfriend is so good at that. It's as if we were energetically connected, because she for some reason knows when I switch on my phone in the morning and a couple of minutes later I get a text from her with "I miss you, I'm thinking of you, have a nice day," and maybe she's tracking it. Should I be worried? I don't know. Anyway, if you want to attract a high value man and you want him to be obsessed with you, you want him to miss you and to not even think of another woman, then you can check out the link in the description and read my His Secret Obsession review. And I promise you, it won't be boring to read this review, because there are 7 amazing case studies of women who invested in the product and who tried the product and who had incredible results with it. And I know that you will love reading about them. So the link is in the description. And if you enjoyed watching this video, if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment in the comment section below. Share your opinion, share your thoughts. I would love to hear from you. And I would love it even more if you would hit the subscribe button and smash that notification bell so that you get notified whenever I release a new video for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video.